I'm here with Daniel of Bloodbound to talk about Fields of Swords, out right now. By the time you guys are checking out this interview, this album will be out on Napalm Records. The official date is November 21st. First of all, thank you very much for your time today to chat about the latest from Bloodbound. How's things going with you?
I'm doing fine, thank you. Hope you're doing fine as well. Thank you for having me.
Well, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Are you, because by the time we're talking, the album is not out yet, but by the time people will watch this video, the album will be out. So the
All right.
question that I have for you is, are you counting the days for this release date to come up on your calendar?
To be honest, it hit me today. So I had to check on Spotify because they have like a countdown ticking, and I was like, oh, it's only a week left. Uh, yeah, I wasn't really prepared, but I'm of course excited to see it being released and see how how you all will accept it or not.
Well, the band has been releasing music for 2 decades. You guys have been creating heavy metal, power metal for 2 decades. In your mind, what do you attribute to the overall longevity of the band to be around for these 2 strong decades releasing new music?
You mean me personally?
Yeah,
Maybe some fresh fresh eyes and fresh energy in a way. I don't know. I hope so. Um, but to be honest, I mean, we we all in the band we're very close friends, of course, and it nowadays it's more of a we are a band, of course, and we try to make the best music that we can, and hopefully we do. But to be honest, nowadays it's more of a family or friendship that are making stuff together rather than trying to make it as a band, so to speak. Um, but we try our best, and hopefully I contribute with a lot of energy and happy times.
I'm sure the guys love having you around. You're selling yourself too short there.
All right.
That's how I would like to look at it. Now, this album, um, there's a concept, a theme behind this record. Can you share a little bit of how that theme was born?
Yeah, sure. The previous album, Tales from the North, was about the Viking era and uh, battles and events that took place in that era. So it felt and maybe I should say that Thomas, our lead guitar player, he's the one doing all the lyrics, and he's the one coming up with ideas about what the album should be about and all the songs and everything. So normally he introduces us to a few topics, so to speak, and he's like, "Okay, I have this idea and that idea. What do you think? What do you think would be best for this album?" And we talk about it a little bit, and then he just go for one of the topics, and it's like, "Okay, you won't see me for a few weeks because now I'm just getting I'm digging into this to the lyrics and the general feel about what the album is about. And this time it felt kind of naturally just to keep on going through history, since it's the next era from taking over from the Viking era when it ended. So that's how it all started basically, and then Thomas just picked out a few um, strong events or interesting histories and made the lyrics about them.
When I'm listening to the album, obviously the theme helps, but when I'm listening to this record, the songs that are super theme driven sound very epic. You guys were able to create like a soundtrack for the song to almost feel like a movie score. to a certain degree. And then there's certain songs where you have more of your traditional classic heavy metal, power metal sound, where obviously the lyrics are still important, but the song itself doesn't necessarily have that epicness to it. It's more driven,
Yeah.
it's more direct, more to the point. When you have these two very different styles, I mean, there are commonalities between them, but they're very different in terms of how you perceive them as a listener. Is it easy for you guys to find a balance throughout the record, allowing these two different styles to coexist with one another?
Um, Tricky question. I mean, I wouldn't say it's something that we necessarily think that, too much about. Because normally all the songs are written first, and someone is coming up with a melody and shares it with the rest of the guys, and that's kind of how the a song is born. And when you have at least a demo finished, then you try to feel yourself, okay, what song is this? I mean, what lyrics should fit into this song? But other than that, I don't really think that we have like a big plan or strategy in how to make these different things cooperate with each other, or take the space that they should in that manner. So yeah, that's basically how we do it.
So is that a result of the way you guys approach a record from a creative standpoint? Like, do you guys work on it together, or does each person have a specific role that they're entrusted with, and then you bring your part that you worked on to the table, and you try to find ways in which you can merge all of these moving pieces?
um, so normally, I mean, there are a few members of the band that are the main writers of the songs, and sometimes it's just one person making a whole song. But with that being said, when that person, or sometimes it's more people involved in the songwriting for one song, we always make sure that every person is allowed to contribute to the song in the way that they feel that they want to or should, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that's kind of the process that we that we use, or how we do it.
When you're creating records that are very theme driven or concept based, for a lack of a better word, does that put more pressure, in your opinion? Does that put more pressure on the vocalist in order to not just sing the words, but to be a storyteller as well?
I don't know. I think I have to ask Patrick that question. But I don't feel like that he feels that way, or anyone else for that matter in the band. Um, so no, not really. We just want to want to tell the story in the most powerful way that we can, and I don't think it means even more pressure when the situation is like you said. So not really. I think it's more of uh, an opportunity to really get into the theme and try to make the most out of it.
When you're looking at an album like this, I mentioned earlier the epicness, the movie score style tracks on this record, more so than on the previous record. On this album, I felt like was really a huge part of the sound, of the experience of the album. From a production standpoint, who did you guys work with? Is it the same person you worked with on the previous album? Because I felt like this record pushed the bar a little bit higher.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you say that because that was basically what we wanted to happen. Because it's not the same guy. The previous guy, Jonas Sjögren, has obviously done an amazing job for a lot of records in the past. And for this one, we just talked it through, and we were like, okay, should we try something else? And uh, lately, we've come in contact with a band called Tungsten, a Swedish band.
Yeah, I know them well.
Yeah, yeah. With Anders and his sons and
Hmm.
Mike and yeah. Anyway, so Niklas, one of the guitar player, uh, he's actually the one that we worked with for this album, because when we heard their latest album, we were like, oh wow, this sounds amazing in so many ways. So we talked to him and asked if he was interested in working with us, and he was, and we're very grateful for that, because me personally, at least, I think it sounds pretty amazing
I
and
agree. I
very
agree with you.
powerful. Yeah,
I
yeah.
agree with you. When you go into the studio and you're working with somebody new like that, even though you obviously there's a track record and that's why you chose that person,
Mm.
is there a time that you need to feel each other out for him to understand your vision, for you guys to understand his vision? How was that process?
Uh, for this uh, for this album with Niklas, it was pretty easy because, like you said, we had some history and we had gotten to know each other, so we didn't really have to break any barrier in that way before we could feel secure or in whatever. And we understood each other pretty well and fast for this process, so it was really smooth actually. And he was, I mean, uh, when we said something, he was listening very carefully, so to speak. So we were happy that it worked out so well.
What is your least favorite aspect of making a new album? Is there a specific part or piece that, obviously you're responsible for, but that if you could outsource it, you totally would?
Oh, no, I don't think so, actually. I mean, when I record my parts, when I record the drums for the album, I put a lot of pressure on myself, but I don't really feel any pressure coming from outside. But I do feel like every time I feel like I could have done something a little bit better. I'm never really satisfied. Um, but that's probably the only thing that I feel is like a negative feeling to the process of recording an album, for me at least. So other than that, I'm always looking forward to it. I think it's very fun, of course, to do it, and I'm eager to hear the final result. But when I do hear it, it's like, oh, I could have done a little bit better.
Well, there's always the next record.
I know, and hopefully there will be a few more.
Yeah, so there's
So
always
maybe
that.
one day I'll nail it, and and then I can stop. Then I'm done. That was it.
The drum sound on this album was really good. I honestly, when I look at that sense of movie score, that sense of epicness, to me, there's two pieces that allow it to happen. One is the orchestral pieces, the symphonic elements, because that creates that more majestic, more epic
Mm,
experience, and the other is the drums. Without powerful sounding drums, the songs will
mm,
be super flat, regardless of how much orchestral pieces you have in it. When you go into the studio, knowing that this is kind of the backdrop that the
mm.
album requires, does that motivate you differently versus if it was a record that doesn't necessarily have that sort of backdrop?
It kind of takes on from the previous question. That maybe I can feel again a little bit pressure because I can hear the way I want it to sound when it's finished, but it's hard to imagine when you record the album. I mean, I can play in a certain way, and hopefully it's going to be the foundation and the to make this epic sound or epic feeling or the energy of it or whatever. But it's hard to feel it there and then, and you just go around hoping that in the end it will sound as good as you want and to get those feelings. Yeah, kind of. So, but I don't know if it, but sure, it also motivates me in a way because it's a balance. I don't know. One day I'm eager to do it, and I can get more ideas on how we want to play it. And the other day or the next day, it's the opposite. I'm kind of nervous and worried about, will it be enough or will it be okay? And stuff like that goes through my mind.
Well, now there's nothing you can do. The album is done. It comes out November 21st on Napalm Records. As the album release date approaches, obviously you guys had a bunch of singles leading up to that release date. Are you one of those people that checks out what people are saying? Do you care about the comments? Do you try to stay isolated from that leading up to the album release? What's your personal approach?
Um, no, I don't really care actually. I mean,
That's a healthy thing to say.
yeah, and I really think so that it is. I mean, if I see something, and a comment that is always, sometimes there are kind of brutal and stupid comments, and I mean, it's sad, but it doesn't affect me that much, to be honest. And I keep an eye on the comments when we release a video, for example. And most of the times, it's positive comments, and of course that feels good. But once in a while there are some more negative comments, and I'm like, okay, whatever. It's not for everyone, and I'm fine with that. No, so not.
With the album coming around the corner, what other plans do you guys have for the rest of the year and even into 2026? How's the schedule looking like?
Yeah, so after the album is released, we're just gonna sit back and relax for a bit, and we announced yesterday, I think it was, for a European tour in March 2026. So that's the next big thing for us. It's going to be a lot of shows in Germany and a few other countries in Europe, and that's basically it for now. And of course, we're looking forward to the festival summer in 2026.
How is it for you live? Do you enjoy that part, and do you take some liberties when it comes to the drum parts? Are you a little bit of a free
Of
spirit?
course, I would say so, absolutely. But I might not use that ability all the time, but I I can if I want to, and I don't feel like I'm stuck in a certain pattern or whatever. For some parts and some songs, of course, I have to play similar to what it sounds on the record, of course. But no, I feel like every day is a new day, and you never really know what's going to happen. So yeah.
As an artist, you're on tour. Let's say you're playing 2, 3 weeks. You're playing shows different places. You're playing the same set list night in and night out. What
Mm.
motivates you to play those same songs every single night and still give it 110%?
First of all, because I just, for some reason that I really can't explain to 100%, I just love doing it. It's just a feeling when you get on stage and you meet the audience, and the intro is going and the adrenaline is pumping, and it's just, you shut everything else out, everything else in the whole world. It nothing matters but the 60 or 75 minutes or whatever that that you're gonna have with these people being in the same room as you. And it's a special feeling, and to be able to do that for 10 or 15 nights in a row, I'm not complaining at all.
You're living the dream. You're living the dream. You're living the life.
Sometimes I am, yeah.
So not when you have to tear down your drum kit and set it up the following day. I'm sure that part is not it's more the stuff of nightmares, less of the stuff of dreams.
Yeah, well, that's one way to put it, maybe, yeah. It's not the most fun thing to do, of course, but it's I have a long time to do it if I want to. So I don't really have to do it fast or anything. And there's always people around, you can have a chat and you know just say stupid things and having a good time. while you're doing it. So it's not a big deal actually. It used to be, but not anymore. I
It
feel like
helps.
I'm a more relaxed person overall nowadays.
That's good. That's good. It's
Yeah,
less stress is a good thing. Daniel,
yeah.
thank you very much for your time today. I really appreciate talking to you. Once again, I want to remind everybody Bloodbound, the new record, Field of Swords, out November 21st on Napalm Records. You guys can go check it out everywhere. I'm also going to put some links in the description for the order link of the album and your social and the band's social media links so people can go and check out the tour dates for 2026 and check out all the great stuff that you guys have been doing over the years. I really enjoy this record. I enjoyed the more epicness of this album. And to me, this is more than just a power metal album. This is really an epic power metal album. It's so much fun to listen to this record.
Well, thank you very much. I'm very glad to hear that, and we are very pleased with how it came out, and I hope that many more people will feel the same way. So, thank you very much for that, and thank you for having me. I had a good time, really good time talking to you, and yeah, so thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for taking the time.
Anytime.